When it feels like there's no way out, remember, someone disagrees. That someone is God who will never abandon you. In moments of weakness, the world may feel heavy and the urge to give up grows strong. But know this, you're not alone. God sees every tear and knows every battle you face. He created you with a greater purpose, as stated in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Consider Joseph of Egypt, betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, falsely accused and imprisoned. His situation seemed hopeless. Yet God worked silently in every detail. Joseph remained faithful and was elevated to governor of Egypt. Had he given up, he would have missed God's incredible plan for him. This teaches us that even when life doesn't make sense, God is in control. When you feel weary, remember Jesus' promise in Matthew 11:28-30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. God is ready to lighten your load and renew your strength. Pray even a simple, Lord, help me. He hears your quietest prayers and works in unimaginable ways. Take inspiration from David, who faced Goliath with just a sling, 5 stones, and unshakable faith. In 1 Samuel 17:45, David declares, You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. This shows us that God is greater than any giant we face. The challenges we see as insurmountable are chances for God to display his power. When fear or discouragement strikes, remember Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Even if you feel lost in a desert, know that God provided for Israel during their 40-year journey. He was faithful to them and will be faithful to you. Every battle you face is an opportunity to grow. Romans 8:28 reminds us, in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. No matter how dark the moment seems, God is light, preparing a new dawn for you. Trust in him, for his grace is sufficient. Rise, take a deep breath and move forward. The God who began a good work in you will complete it. You are stronger than you think, because his strength resides in you. Imagine God watching over you now. He sees your struggles and tears, but smiles with tenderness. Not because he ignores your pain, but because he knows your true strength, even if you don't. He knows the gold being refined in the fire of your trials. Every pain you feel, every tear you shed, he is turning into strength, purpose, and victory. In the darkest nights, have you noticed how the stars shine brightest? That's your life at this moment. You might feel that everything is lost, that you've hit rock bottom. But remember, rock bottom isn't the end. It's where you find the solid rock that is God. He's there, reaching out his hand, whispering, Child, don't give up. I am with you. Think of Jesus in Gethsemane, crying drops of blood, feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. He too thought of giving up. He cried to the Father, asking for the cup to be taken from him. But even then, he chose to continue, because he thought of you. He saw this exact moment in your life. He knew you would need hope, salvation, and an example of love that never gives up. Now hear this as if God is speaking directly to your heart. I know you by name. Before you were born, I wrote your days in my book. I know it's hard, but there's nothing you're facing that I can't overcome. With you, trust me. When you think you're alone, I'm carrying you. When the world says you're not enough, I say, you are precious to me. I gave my son for you, not because you're perfect, but because I love you. Let this truth fill your heart like a soothing balm. God is with you. He's not just beside you, he is within you. He's your strength. When you can't walk anymore, your light when all seems dark, and your refuge in the fiercest storms. If you think it's the end, remember, God specializes in new beginnings. He turns valleys into mountains, tears into rivers of joy, and defeats into victories. The same God who parted the Red Sea, stopped the sun for Joshua, and raised Jesus is looking at you now. He's saying, don't give up, for I am with you until the end of time. Rise up, not in your own strength, but in the strength of a God who never fails. Let him carry you and be your fortress. You're not here by accident. Your life has a greater purpose. When you look back on this moment of pain, you'll see it was a turning point. It will be the chapter where God showed his power and took you to places you never dreamed of. Your scars will tell stories of faith and resilience, proof that God is faithful. You are loved, you are strong, you are a child of the King. Don't give up, because the best is yet to come. When victory arrives, you'll understand that it was all worth it, written by God himself, the author of your story. Thank you for watching. See you next time.